Hello, hello, and welcome back, Msoul. I've missed you. I've got a fantastic episode today. Something unique, something with a little more explanation than usual, but very special to me. Do you want to dine in with Harley Quinn? I know I do. And this is the first in a mini series I call a Riddle Me Din Din YetiCon edition. Because whenever I go to a convention, I want to bring you the food so you can eat with me and have the experience that I had. Because I love to travel through our kitchens on our foodie adventures. And I have the best set of adventures, so many layers, so many inspirations. But this one is a standout, and I want to bring you with me. And allow me to explain. YetiCon's Harley Quinn here, seen with me right now, is also known as Amethyst_Cos for Amethyst Cosplay. And I want to let you all know I met Ava in the hallways at random on the Friday, the first day of YetiCon. Hello, Amethyst Cosplay. I'm just introducing you now. Thank you so much for giving me permission to take your picture and use it on my stream. This is going to be a very special Riddle Me Din Din night. Tuesday nights are when we play our foodie riddle game. And I just wanted to tell everybody, thank you so much for being here today with us. This is a special episode. I was inspired by the conversation with our group. Thank you so much. Oh, you're so welcome to be here. Amethyst, or who I'm calling YetiCon's Harley Quinn, who I met on the Friday. So fun, so warm, so bubbly, so kind. And I really appreciated bumping into you so often in the halls and being able to sit with you and your friends on the this Sunday morning tea, and all our talks about the different health goals we have and how to eat for our health. And I thought that fits so well with my foodie riddle game that tonight you are my inspiration. And I hope you do come back next year to teach dance as well. And I'm going to shout out and do the promos for the dance on a separate day. But I just wanted everybody to meet you. We had such a fun chair dance routine workshop on Saturday with Amethyst Cosplay, our YetiCon's Harley Quinn. And because it was so super fun and accessible and safe and respectful, and most importantly, your very first time in a dance workshop. As a former dance teacher myself, I didn't know it was your first time. You did amazing, and I would go back. And now that I know what the Frostfire Gala is, I would skip it to go back to your workshop. So professional, and brought the genuine positive energy, and the dancers in attendance also brought their humor. It was a really great, fun, active experience. And when I got to see you again at the tea party, you looked smashing in your bell dress. And the warmth, and it was just so consistent and interesting to get a chance to know you more as a person and not just the cosplayer. What a brilliant mind. And a personal story. And it inspired me to do research on food choices, as I do with a lot of my followers. And my followers know that. Thank you so much for saying that. I really appreciate it. I can't believe it was such a great time. And I wanted to learn about celiac disease because I've done a lot for high blood pressure and sodium sensitivities, which we talked about also with Cinderella at the tea party, and the need for more protein in our diet from the guys who are really shredded, and talking about the women who do bodybuilding, which I really admire. And so I've put some things in the episode highlights for anybody who wants to follow you on Instagram. And also in case they want to go to your workshops as well. I have in the past years been able to bring some of my followers to YetiCons as well. Not this year, but last year and the year before for sure. And I just want to also just disclaimer for everybody. As you know, I'm not a doctor. I'm just a regular person trying to learn to make better choices when I'm cooking for my friends and family and for all of you, to keep food fun and enjoyable. And I do think of food as medicine as well. And so I'm going to take you on a new dietary foodie adventure through our kitchen. And as I always do, whenever one of my followers tells me about new health goals and cooking needs, I like to do a show for them. So what do you say, Msoul? Want to dine in with Harley Quinn? And she's here right now. Tracks are high. Tracks are meet Harley Quinn. The girl you see right here beside me is Amethyst Cosplay right here. She's also, you can find her on Instagram. Tracks is one of my WoW buddies. We play WoW together, but also We follow each other's channels on Twitch and YouTube. Okay, we're gonna begin. Let's get the foodie-riddle game started. Riddle me this. I wear no armor, but I am golden and crisp. I begin underground, yet I end as a feast. What am I? Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Da na na na. Riddle number 2. I am Sweet Pea's mother. Who am I? Riddle number 3. What keeps vampires away so you can stay alive and play? Two. They missed us because we weren't wearing red shirts. Oh, I am seeing answers coming into the chat feed. All right, keep it coming. Riddle number 4. What herbs exist together in a song about the Scarborough Fair? There was parsley and sage. What else? I also have to warn you, Harley, that I sing very badly, but I own it. We all know. I'm so sorry. This is a sound budget for my show. I love it. I'm seeing the riddles answers coming in. Okay, we're almost done. We're halfway there. Riddle number 5. Name a popular Italian cheese that Mario and Luigi might put on their pasta. Riddle number 6. In twin towers we dwell, one a rock, one a spice, making your food taste very nice. What are we? Dun 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 dun. It's true. The more I have something to drink, that is not my water. By the way, I have my water. Don't forget to hydrate, everybody. This is today. I'm doing spring water, and I put mint leaves in it. I went through my garden today. He actually did catch me singing properly one time. Thank you, Jackson, for this shout out. He's heard a lot in all my moods. Okay, one last one. Riddle number 7. I am tiny and green, sometimes curly. Decorate with me, and I make dinner look fancy. What am I? Do 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 do. Tractor, she really looks like this too, just to say. Do 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 do. Na 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 na. All right, everyone, I'm not going to keep you waiting. I'm so excited. Okay, this is the first round of recipe ingredients for something we're holding here in our hands. Let me get up close and personal. One of these is what? Traxer, I hope you're looking at the bowl. Okay, all right, here we go. He's really a gentleman, don't you worry. All right, I just pick on him. He knows. Whenever he's around, I get really creative sometimes. There's something. It's like I'm the bull and he's the red flag wiggling in the air. Thank you so much for that. I do say, though, that if anybody ever wanted to do karaoke, I'm your backup dancer. I feel the dancer in you. I'm such the dancer. All right. All right, here we go. So, in round number 1, our appetizer for the evening, something safe to serve that Harley and I think, and Harley, if you disagree with me, please feel free to let us know what you would suggest. But here are the ingredients to my first recipe. I wear no armor, but I am golden and crisp. I begin underground, yet I end in a feast. What am I? Ding, 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 you were right. It was potatoes. We're going to go with baby potatoes. You'll need about 12 to 15 baby potatoes for this recipe. And riddle number 2, I'm a Sweet Pea's mother. Who am I? Dun-dun-dun. So Popeye's girlfriend is Olive Oil, and she's Sweet Pea's mom. And you're going to need 2 tablespoons of specifically extra virgin olive oil because EVOO, made from the first cold pressing of olives, is minimally processed and is naturally gluten-free, which makes it safe safer if you're cooking and mindful in a menu for people eating with celiac disease. So I'm going to suggest extra virgin olive oil, EVOO. And you're going to need 2 tablespoons. It's considered the best choice from the research I did for mindful cooking. And riddle number 3, what keeps vampires away? You were right. You were right. Ding ding, it's garlic, and we need 2 cloves of garlic finely minced. Riddle number 4, what herbs exist together in a song about the Scarborough Fair? There was parsley and sage, but what are the other 2? In my garden right now, rosemary and thyme. You're going to need 1 teaspoon dried rosemary and 1 tablespoon of fresh of rosemary and thyme. So 1 teaspoon dried or 1 tablespoon fresh for this recipe. And now, riddle number 5. Name a popular Italian cheese that Mario and Luigi might put on their pasta. Ding ding, also correct. Way to go. We're going to need a 1/4 cup finely grated Parmesan cheese. I love Parmesan cheese. The Kraft brand is grated Parmesan cheese. Is considered gluten-free, but there's a brand called Bel Gioioso explicitly labeled their Parmesan cheese as gluten-free. And Parmigiano Reggiano, PDO, is aged in Italy and is regulated to just milk and rennet. Milk solids and rennet, so making it inherently gluten-free. But always check the labels, and you can call the facilities where things are mass produced to be sure there's no cross-contamination. I love Parmesan so much. Riddle number 6. In twin towers we dwell, one a rock, one a spice. What are we? Salt and pepper, like the Shakers, the Twin Towers. So you're going to need a 1/2 teaspoon salt and a 1/4 teaspoon pepper for this recipe. And riddle number 7. I'm so glad. My mouth is watering. I love it. And it smells so good too. I am a tiny and green, sometimes curly. Decorate with me, and I make dinner look fancy. Now, my grandmother would always eat this. People use it as a garnish and discard it, but it's actually full of iron, which I need for my blood. You know, we were talking at the table on Sunday about T3 and T4. It's parsley. We need 1 tablespoon chopped parsley for this recipe. I love curly parsley. I've got it in my garden. I ate it today, actually. You are totally correct. Way to go. If this was worth money, you'd be walking away with a few. Oh, I'm glad you have your mouth watering. I love the smell coming out of the kitchen when making this. So, Venus, Harley, you can ask us, what does this make? Oh, you're going to, 1 tablespoon chop. Okay, I said that. All right. It's an appetizer that I like to call the crispy Parmesan herb potato bites. I call them tiny golden shield potato bites because, you know, I'm a Warcraft girl. But it's sort of original. I kind of tweaked it for me. Inspired by YetiCon's Harley Quinn, who's here with us right now. Thank you, Amethyst Cosplay, for being here and track. So you can follow her on Instagram, too. I'm getting to know Harley over the con. I learned that someone dear to her heart does plan meals with the understanding of celiac disease, how to not use cross-contaminated items, and to look for the gluten-free certification label on the backs of the food labels. And I got curious. I learned about celiac safe cooking. The biggest thing was avoiding the gluten contamination, avoid gluten-containing ingredients, and keep your cooking tools and utensils clean to be safe when cooking. All these ingredients. This smells amazing. It looks amazing. I'm going to get up close and personal one more time, everybody. But I know, Harley, you're not shy. You're demure, but you're not shy. Look at this. It smells amazing. It looks amazing. And what a nice appetizer. And safe. And safe to eat. And I love that. I love that. So now, what are we going to follow with? Because you know I never leave you hanging. But first, here's what we're going to do. If you're cooking these recipes for someone, please use ingredients labeled gluten-free, especially when you're dealing with sauces, oils, oats, spice blends, broth, soy sauce, chocolate, anything you're not homemaking yourself. So I know some of you are pressed for time, so you can always just ask the manufacturer or look for those labels when you're baking items. Avoid sharing any cutting boards, toasters, or fryers that have had possible contact with gluten ingredients. So, as you know, Msoul, if you've been with me from the start of my journey online, I've had to be very careful with preparing my own foods, and gluten-free options actually help me out too. They're a better choice for me as well. So, I was very happy to develop some Riddle Me Din Din episodes around this. And if you like this episode tonight, there's going to be at least one more plus a Riddle Me Blitz coming in the coming weeks. Um, so if you like this, oh, yeah. Yeah, and we all have to be careful. So that's why I do these shows to honor us all and to take us on these foodie adventures. No portals required. Just your human kitchens is fine. We're gonna do this. So we're gonna eat like Harley Quinn tonight. So getting back to today's meal, prepare these savory, aromatic, crispy Parmesan herb potato bites. First, you're gonna wash the potatoes. I cut them in half. So they cook a little faster. Next, you're going to put them in a pot with cold water and boil for 12 to 15 minutes until they're fork tender. You're going to drain them and place them on a baking sheet. Smash those baby potatoes like that. Harley knows. She's got that hammer. She knows how to work that bat. Just with your fork, though. And then, and then you're going to just squash them down slightly with your fork in a separate bowl. Mix together the olive oil, garlic, herbs, salt, and pepper. Brush this mixture over your potatoes and roast them at 425 degrees Fahrenheit or 220 degrees Celsius for 25 to 30 minutes until they're crispy. Finish with a light dusting of the Parmesan cheese on top and return it to the oven for the last 3 to 5 minutes. Plate these tiny golden shields of potato goodness and top them with some parsley to make them look fresh, surprisingly effective against hunger, and your taste buds will say yum! Yeah. Well, some of my guildies have heard me going into my ice cubes to make all my nice goody slushies and stuff in my ice box, and it gets like that sometimes. But it's okay, cuz we're making food to feed the masses. And it's all for the good in our own wicked little ways. People, bad guys doing good things. It's okay. We're out there. We're getting things done. I hope you're all getting hungry. I know you guys are getting hungry. Oh, I'm salivating, but I know. But Harley's got a fantastic sequel to this starter. See what I did there with sequel, Harley? Okay, so, anyways, with no further ado, here comes round number 2. Riddle me this. I have a cap, but no head. I grow in the shade, not a bed. What am I? Do 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 do. Do 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 do. La 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 la. Riddle number 2. I'm a fruit bright and sour, often picked before the hour, with a zest that's quite divine. Tell me, reader, what am I? Banana, 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 banana. I'm seeing the answers coming in. I know I've got an intellectual in this site. Oh, just like Harley Quinn in the movies, this lady is very well educated. I've got to say, very impressive. Very impressive. It's like the whole thing. It's the whole package here. All right. Riddle number 2. I'm a fruit. Oh wait. Riddle number 3. I'm white, layered, and love to roast. What am I? Blah blah. That's your only hint. Dun 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 dun. Thank you. You're so complimentary. You're so lovely. All right. Oh, one of the warm spots that got me going for the whole weekend, because it's hard to go to some place when you're by yourself. I've dragged people with me in other years, but this year I decided I just want to go on my own so I could just do whatever, and I don't regret it. All right, I'm seeing it coming in. All right. Riddle number 4. We're almost there. I make you cry when you cut me small. What am I? I think we could all say that. Traxxer is a very aggressive raider. I mean, you're Harley. We already know. And then there's me, of course, with my double axe, my double-bladed axe, which I love. But anyways, I digress. We're talking food here, everybody. Talking food. What could it be? Someone's on the right track here. All right. Riddle number 5. I can be curled or flat, green and bright. A garnish that makes dishes just right. What garnish am I? He is. He's not lying, but it's okay. I'm not afraid of him. It actually amuses me when people get all cranky and red faced and like aggressive. It tracks your nose. I just find it fun to play with those people. Oh, but I'm in the kitchen where there's heat and I can take it. All right, here we go. Riddle number 6. We're almost there. We're almost there. Though my name suggests time, I do not tick. But in roasts and soups, I make flavor stick. What am I? Do 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 do. La 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 la. Trax and I are also right now in a competition to see who can catch Ramonia first. It's a nice, bleeding, ghostly sword, and I don't think either of us have gotten it yet. I see it. I see it. Okay. Last 2. Rule number 7. I am not a knight, but I carry a shield. I absorbed every flavor I meet. What am I? Do 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 do. Pew 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 pew. They missed us again, Harley. We're great. Very agile, the both of us. All right, riddle number 8. What food is green before turning black? That's all you get. And it's not for a snack. What am I? Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Dun. Look how he danced. Dun 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 dun. All right, I kind of lied. We're in the middle. There's 3 more. Just 3 more. Here we go. Let's keep going. We're almost there. Riddle number 9. I start as cream churned with delight and make pancakes and pies just right. What am I? Plus, I wanted a way for people to see your boots because they're really cool. I'm just gratuitous leg shot. We got great legs. I love the footwear. I loved your boots, by the way. All right, here we go. It's okay, Traxxer doesn't mind. Riddle number 10. From liquid to solid, I travel through utters. I'm a dairy delight, but I'm not butter. What am I? Oh no! Cosplays. The life of a cosplayer. Traxxer's very much into anything red and black and gold. So, yeah, the aesthetics, right up the alley there. And the sword we're after is red as well. Ghostly red. I don't know why, but I'm drawing blank on songs. Riddle number 11, we're almost done. I'm brown and small, hat on top. What kind of fungus am I? Also used to be in a cheerleading squad, but that was I was a captain. Bottom of the pyramid. Okay, riddle number 12. I'm a key liquid ingredient needed to make Dijon mustard. What saucy liquid am I? Do 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 do. All right, with no further ado, here are the answers to our riddles for recipe number 2. What is the main dish we're going to serve? Harley's got in her hands right now. What is it? I have a cap but no head. I grow in the shade, not a bed. What am I? Ding, ding, ding. You said mushrooms. You are correct. You're going to need 300 grams of cremini mushrooms. Now, if you're not a vegetarian, you could use chicken or chicken thighs if you want. But in this case, I opted for mushrooms because I do believe that you said you were vegetarian. I'm not sure if that was you, but I think that was you. So just in case, I love using mushrooms as like those giant shiitake mushrooms as like a burger patty instead of meat. And in this case, I thought cremini mushrooms would be the perfect thing. I love mushrooms. But if you're not vegetarian, you could use chicken here. And riddle number 2, I am a fruit bright and sour, often picked before the hour. With a zest that's quite divine, tell me, reader, what am I? It's 1 lemon, but you're going to use it in 2 ways. You're going to grate off all the zest, and keep that in one dish. Then you're going to juice it and reserve all of that juice. We're going to use both. Riddle number 3, I'm white, layered, and love to roast. What am I? It is garlic. We'll need 2 cloves of garlic minced. Oh, that was Cinderella. Okay, so Harley Quinn, then go for it. Have the chicken thighs. I would do both chicken thighs and the mushrooms. But if Cinderella, if you're also listening out there, then please know that you can use cremini mushrooms in this recipe without the chicken, and it'll taste just as yummy and still be filling. Yeah, I love them both. All right. Riddle number 4. I make you cry when you cut me small. I think we all would do that, really. But what am I? And you did say onion. Ding, ding, ding. We need 1 small onion finely diced for this recipe. In riddle number 5, I can be curled or flat, green and bright, a garnish that makes dishes just right. What am I? And somebody did say this. Again, parsley. We'll need 1 tablespoon fresh parsley or the teaspoon of dried if you're using it from the spice rack parsley. I like to use freeze-dried spices when I'm using them from the spice rack so that I know there's no extra salt. I know that was something Cinderella and I also talked about, the sodium levels. I have to keep them very small for me. But fresh is always best. If you've got it, I do keep a mint garden and herbs in the garden. So I like to just take a walk and go pick things right before I make my food. That's just me. Riddle number 7. I am not a knight, but I carry a shield. I absorb every flavor I meet. What am I? This is arborio rice. Harley, I don't know if you use arborio rice, if you can suggest another rice or rice brand that you know is safe. Yes. And but 1 cup of arborio rice will be enough to feed 2 to 3 people depending on their appetites. And what I understand is that arborio rice is naturally gluten-free and available in grocery stores and online. But make sure that it's prepared in a gluten-free environment so there's no chances of cross-contamination during production or packaging. I don't know, but as long as where it has been produced and packaged is safe, arborio rice in and of itself is supposed to be naturally gluten-free. So I wanted to let you know about that just in case. Oh, you parboil your rice if you use the white rice. Oh, interesting. Okay, that's good to know. Thank you, because our listeners will need to know that. I know that there's other people out there who follow me. They're not here today. They live in a different time zone. So some of the people who love my show, they live over on the West Coast. So, and some like tracks are coming to us from Europe right now. And I know he stays up late. Sometimes he listens to me when he's on night shift or when he can't sleep in between his rates. Which I appreciate you for, Tractor. Thank you for that. And then, okay, so the next thing we're going to need is what food is green before turning black? Specifically, if you think of the fruit on the tree, that would be olive oil. You use both white rice and sometimes Asian-inspired meals, and the parboiled when you make your own chipotle. Oh, you make chipotle. Now that I know you like that, I have a lot of people here who love Spanish-inspired food. Yeah. Yeah, we're all different time zones, but that's what I love about everybody coming out. I really appreciate your time. You're going to need 1 tablespoon of olive oil. And again, the extra virgin olive oil gets the best rep for gluten-free. Riddle number 9, we're almost done. I start as cream churned with delight and make pancakes and pies just right. What am I? It's butter, 2 tablespoons of butter. And I looked this up. Brands of butter that are generally considered safe include pure salted and pure unsalted butter, vegan butter, and many of the mainstream margarines produced are gluten-free, but you have to be careful to read the ingredients that may include additives, and the additives might be the thing that make it unsafe. You want to be able to read the label ingredients and know what they are. Try to avoid the additives if you can. Be sure to look for the gluten-free certification label to ensure safety. And riddle number 10, from liquid to solid, I travel through udders. I'm a dairy delight, but I'm not the butters. What am I? It's Parmesan cheese. You'll notice that in my menu, I do try to keep certain ingredients the same to bring a palate through the whole selection of the meal. Also, so that nothing clashes in your stomach once you get it in there. So everyone can have a good, satisfying, happy evening. And so we're gonna need a half cup of Parmesan cheese for this recipe. Riddle number 11, I'm brown and small, hat on top. What kind of fungus am I? Mushrooms again. Or you can use 4 cups of gluten-free vegetable broth or chicken broth. If you're using chicken, you can use chicken broth. But make sure it says gluten-free on the label. And the brands that I found are Pacific Organic Vegetable Broth, certified gluten-free with USDA organic certification, and no artificial additives are in it. Another brand I found is Swanson Vegetable Broth, produced in a dedicated gluten-free facility. That's Swanson Vegetable Broth, and it has clear labeling. Another brand is Kitchen Basics Vegetable Stock, naturally gluten-free stock made with simple ingredients and no added preservatives. And a brand that I've used is Imagine Organic Vegetable Broth, low in sodium, which I need, certified organic broth that's clearly labeled gluten-free and produced in a controlled environment. It's also recommended to avoid vegetable broths that contain wheat-based thickeners or gluten-containing ingredients, so always read those labels carefully and contact manufacturers if you're not sure. Thank you so much, Harley. I really do the research whenever I meet someone who inspires me with something I don't know a lot about, because I know our listeners, we all love everybody. I like to sit down with a meal, and where I can't always sit down face to face with my followers, I like to think that when we share recipes and cooking needs with each other, we can kind of have the experience together, like virtually, and like what is the word, I'm gonna say asynchronously, um to try it out, and then I get feedback, and then we make more shows. And thank you for this inspiration as well. It actually, I came home from YetiCon, and yesterday is my day off because that's usually when I produce videos. I had no time. I actually took all my free time, and I actually spit out in a rush 24 different scripts right away, and 2 foodie riddle shows and 1 riddle me ditz, blitz, not ditz, I'm the ditz, you're the blitz, is gonna come out just from that one talk we had, just about this stuff you were talking about. Some were from Cinderella, some were from, I forget the name of the guys who were really shredded from the Men of Cosplay um show that were sitting with us. And because I myself needed the protein, and I actually came home and invented a recipe that's going to be a blitz yesterday. I have it here right now, and it's a thing I do with clear jello. I try to find different things to do that has, because clear gelatin has protein. It's a source of protein without meat. Um, and it's by accident. I have so many ideas that I had no time to, but I wanted to shoot out some right away before I lose them. And I've got so much material, it'll probably take me a month to go through everything. DJ Cosplay Fit, Jack Conrad 94. I'm going to come back to this. Thank you so much, because I think we've all added each other in one platform or another, and I am going to shout out to them in those platforms so they know I'm referring to them. On Tracks, I'll refer you to these guys too. DJ Cosplay Fit, Cinderella, and there was another person. Oh, Jack Conrad 94. Such nice people, but the whole conversation we had, you guys have no idea, Harley, how much I needed to hear it, because like Traxxer's been with me on my journey. And I don't want to digress too much, but just to say, what you guys started talking about organically were all the things that have been on my mind, looking for more help to help me get further. Traxxer's been with me for a journey. I've lost 100 pounds after hitting a crash with medical issues, which you guys heard about on Sunday. That totally took me by surprise, and we didn't even catch it for 3 years. The doctors didn't catch it because it's not known to be in the family. But we're all that new generation that's talking about it. And our parents weren't encouraged to talk about it. And that's why part of why I love my Foodie Riddle show, to share everything we're learning from each other to help each other. And it doesn't hurt to try out what other people need to eat. It helps us too, you know. There's so much out there. All right. I got to tell you, and I'm just going to dream of this, cuz it's like I told the universe I needed help, and I went to this cosplay just to have fun, but there's so much I learned from everybody I met. And this show is part of the way I share all that learning, and it keeps me going too. Like, wow. But okay. So So we've gone through it. There's one last ingredient, track, so you're going to appreciate this ingredient. Harley, I don't know if you do this, but I do have lots of followers who don't drink alcohol and others that love alcohol. And so my shows will balance the both out. And so here's the last one. In rule number 12, I'm a key liquid ingredient needed to make Dijon mustard. What am I? That liquid. Do you guys know what it is? In Dijon mustard, and I actually can eat this one. I'm actually safe to eat this one, which I love it. The old-fashioned ketchup and the old-fashioned mustard recipes are the only condiments I can have, not the new stuff. But this one, Dijon mustard with the original recipe with the grains of the mustard seeds in it, it has white wine. And Harley, I don't know if you have white wine with your other half. Trax, or I think you like certain alcohol. I think you would have a white wine. D-Mac would have white wine. D-Mac's not here today, but D-Mac has inspired a lot of our shows with different mulled wine concoctions that I never knew existed until I met him, but we all love the wine. I grew up in a grape vineyard. My grandparents were farmers, and my grandfather had a grape vineyard, made his own wine. He made red for everybody else, but the white wine was his personal favorite. So this is a half cup dry white wine. It's optional. You can replace this amount of half cup with more broth. Chicken broth for you, Harley. Vegetable broth for Cinderella. But white wine for me and Traxer. Oh, you're more into the red. This one needs the white though, Traxer, because we don't want our meal to look like a crime scene. We're all trying to get away with what we do. But yeah, and D-Mac loves the reds. And D-Mac and I want to find a orange. But in this case, for the risotto, we're going to go with whether it's chicken or mushrooms or both. You need the white wine. And I looked this up. For individuals with celiac disease, the brand called Josh Cellars Sauvignon Blanc. I'll add that to the episode details later. But Josh Cellars Sauvignon Blanc is a popular choice that is gluten-free and made under high-quality standards. From what I read, but I'm not a doctor, it says it's safe for people with celiac disease can have this white wine. And so I don't know if you're into that or not. And if you're not, if you're one of my followers who doesn't use alcohol, the non-alcoholic wines, or more importantly, you can just substitute the half cup with more broth, whether vegetable or chicken broth. We'll do it. So, Harley and Venus, you can ask us. One might wonder, what does this set of recipe ingredients make? I call it the moonlit lemon herb mushrooms with risotto, or lemon herb chicken with mushrooms with risotto. It's creamy, comforting, and naturally gluten-free if you pick your ingredients carefully, or check out some of the brands I mentioned. And yay, we're coming in hot. So, the potato shields and the risotto with mushrooms and chicken. Creamy, super delicious, and it smells great and it tastes great. It's a lovely filling spread, I have to say, but there are some treats over here, and I know, Harley, you may not be able to stay for the whole show. Traxer, I know you're probably half asleep if you're not at work right now, but I'm gonna press on because I had to do a bonus round. Harley is so just a sunny personality. I had to give you a bonus round. So we have two more things. But here's how to make this lovely dish, the moonlit lemon chicken herb mushrooms. To prepare it, you're going to need to warm up the broth in a pot and keep it hot. But in a separate pan, you're going to add the olive oil, 1 tablespoon of butter, and cook in the onions in this pan for 3 to 4 minutes. Then you're going to add the mushrooms and the chicken. You're going to cook for 8 to 10 minutes until it's browned. Toss it on all sides. Then you're going to add in your garlic for just 30 seconds. Oh, yay! That's so great. All right. Finally, you're going to add in your rice. Stir for 1 minute until the rice is coated with this broth. Then you're going to add in your wine if you're using it or the rest of the broth. And you're going to stir it while the rice absorbs all of this lovely broth. Then you're going to add in, you should add in the broth a half a cup at a time and stir it often so that it can absorb uniformly before you add more. Now, a Death Knight knows that patience is a spell, and even rice must be guided slowly toward greatness. So don't just dump the whole thing in. You've got to go a half cup at a time. Trust me on this. It'll turn out into a fluffier, very aromatic. You're going to make everybody's mouth water while they're smelling this coming out of the kitchen. And this will take about 18 to 22 minutes until it turns nice and creamy. Then you can turn off the heat. and stir in the remaining butter. Then on top, you're going to add the lemon zest, the lemon juice, the Parmesan, get it all melty, and your herbs on top to make it look fresh. After you plate it, you can add some more fresh parsley on top for the added visual appeal and the nutritional impact, because this is a shot of iron from the parsley. It's very nutrition packed. This is delicious, yummy, and we can even sip some of that white wine while we dine with Harley tonight, while we dine in with Harley's dishes. Now, you're going to find out what we're going to drink with this meal. And this is a non-alcoholic beverage for all of you out there, just something light and bubbly, just like she is. All right, here comes round number 3. Riddle me this. What fruits sound small but taste big? Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Riddle number 2. I'm small and red with seeds outside. In desserts and creams, I often hide. What am I? Do 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 do. Ooh, we've got the riddles coming in. Lovely answers. All right, keep them coming. Riddle number 3. I'm small, round, and the color of the sky. In muffins and pies I love to be. What am I? This is my favorite. It's really Smurfy. We always escape the fire. Rule number 4. I look like blackberries, but I'm much more red. Can you name me? What else can be said? Woo! All right, I see it coming in. Riddle number 5. We're picking up some speed. Bees make me to feed their hive. Bzz, bzz. What am I? Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Riddle number 6. When squeezed, a liquid starts to flow. Tart and tangy, don't you know? A refreshing drink, a yellow glow. What am I? Do-do-do, 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 do-do. Oh, I'm so happy to know that this is Harley approved. This makes me even more excited. I'm so happy if I could come up with something you'd actually try out and then that you would love it. That would make me so happy. Riddle number 6. When squeezed, a liquid starts to flow. Tart. Oh wait, we did that. Riddle number 7. I'm a green leaf used to flavor gums and candies, especially at Christmas time. What am I? Dun, 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 dun. Actually, I'm thinking of submitting to try to do my Riddle Me Din Din show for Uplink and YetiCon. I was scared to do it this year, but I think I would be ready for next year. And that you said that, I might try. I'm really thinking about it. I have a way to do it. Thank you for that. Because now I'm even more encouraged that I think I should do it. I could do a version of it. Thank you so much. And you have to come back for Dancing in Traxxer if I can get you across to Toronto. Instead, Traxxer and I want to go to BlizzCon one year before I die with my Death Knight costume. And actually, so the costume you saw me in on Saturday actually more of the pieces belong to a Jaina Proudmoore costume from World of Warcraft. And Traxxer, I got a lot of compliments on it. So I actually do have 2 costumes I could bring to BlizzCon if we could figure out how to pack it. All right, moving on. Riddle number 8, we're almost done. I am the liquid state of steam and ice. What am I? Da-na-na-na, steam heat. Da-na-na-na. Oh, oh no, steam. Oh, I didn't get one. Steam heat. Da-na-na. Okay, riddle number 9, last one. I precede cap, flow, and berg. So I'm a word that comes in front of cap, flow, and berg. What am I? Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Na 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 na. All right, everybody, it's time to reveal the ingredients to this secret recipe. This is a drink that I think Harley might give her stamp of approval on. Let me tell you what it is. All right. In the first riddle, what fruit sounds small but tastes big? Berries. All of them, any of them, whichever ones you like. 1 cup of mixed berries is needed. Riddle number 2, I'm small and red with seeds outside. In desserts and creams, I often hide. What am I? Ding, ding, ding. You were correct, Harley. It's strawberries. I love them. They're one of my favorites. Riddle number 3, I'm small, round, and the color of the sky in muffins and pies. I love to be. What am I? Ding, ding, ding. Also correct. Blueberries. My favorite. One of my favorites. Riddle number 4. What are we saying? I love all fruit. They're all my favorite. Anyway, riddle number 4. I look like blackberries, but I'm much more red. What am I? Ding, ding, ding. Raspberries. We love them. Riddle number 5. Bees make me to feed their hive. Bzz, bzz. What am I? It's honey. And we're going to need 1 tablespoon honey for this recipe. In riddle number 6, when squeezed, a liquid starts to flow. Tart and tangy, don't you know? A refreshing drink, a yellow glow. What am I? I don't know if I saw, I can't see. Okay, it is a lemon, a yellow lemon. And we're going to need 1 tablespoon of lemon juice for this recipe. Try to freshly squeeze if you can. That is the safest. Riddle number 7, I'm a green leaf used to flavor gums and candies. What am I? Yes, it's mint from my garden. Exactly right. Now, if you have a spice rack, you can use the dehydrated mint is just called mint. I love spearmint, or you can use peppermint, both antibacterial and antiviral naturally. All from the Melissa family. You just need 10 mint leaves. Take the sprigs from the top if you've got fresh mint plants. Riddle number 8. I am the liquid state of steam and ice. Steam and ice. What am I? And did you say it? Yes, you did. Ding, ding, ding. It's water. You're on the ball, Harley. You're really good at this. All right. Riddle. We need 2 cups of sparkling water for this recipe. Riddle number 9. I precede cap, flow, and berg. So a word that comes in front of cap, flow, and berg. When I go to Timmy's, I always ask for this. Ice cap, ice flow, iceberg. We need ice. Now, I like to blend my ice in a blender so that I get a slushy effect, but throwing them on the rocks, chunks in, is perfectly fine too. It's all good. It's whatever you prefer. So, Harley Quinn, Venus, one might ponder, what does this make? I call it the Frostfire Berry Mint Sparkler because of the Frostfire Gala, and I met you for this Saturday. I had to run from your dance class up the mountain. It looks fancy. It tastes refreshing. Takes 2 minutes to prep. All you have to do is mash the berries together with the honey and the lemon juice and add in the mint sprigs and lightly crush it, muddle it up, divide it into the glasses. Add the ice or the crushed ice for a slushy sensation. Pour in your sparkling water. So you can use bubbly water like Perrier. I'm using spring water, but I think bubbly water will give you that sparkle, kind of like how like a Shirley Temple would work, and give you that fizz without being a pop. Stir it slowly so you can preserve the bubbly fizz. Frostfire Berry Mint Sparkler. It's a potion that sparkles but does not require a mage license. Huh? And I'm going to come in nice and close now so you guys can see it. Something froze just for a split second, but we're okay. I did not cast frost. I'm a frost death knight, by the way, Harley. Shuffling people saw me in my full glory as a death knight. But here it is. I had to use one without the mint leaves in it because the green disappears on my green screen. But you guys can see the bonus round because she's so sweet. I can present as sweet. I have my moments, Traxxer will say. But there is a bonus round. I couldn't leave you guys hanging. This is a full meal and a new discovery of a whole new flavor palette for us. I'm really excited about this. Harley, I hope you like this menu as much as I do, as you inspired it. But you know what? I can't leave my followers hanging. Dining with Harley Dining in with Harley Quinn has got to be a magical experience. So I present to you another sequel. Tee-hee, because there were two. The bonus round. It's the plus round. Let's play. This is the final one, and then you're free. Riddle me this. I come in bars, squares, or bites. A tasty treat for happy nights. What am I? Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Oh la 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 la. Oh, I'm seeing the guesses coming in. This one's sharp. This one's sharp. But Harley Quinn Quenzel, when she was a psychiatrist who met Joker, she was a smart cookie too. Very, very educated. Very, very sharp mind. All right, here we go. I'm yellow. In riddle number 2, I'm yellow, but not a banana. I'm creamy and spread on bread. What am I? Banana, banana, da-na-na, da-na-na. I've been craving it ever since I got home. Dun dun. And I forgot that there was a candy shop in the village, and I never went there. I should have gone there, but oh well. Answers are coming in. Riddle number 3. In what caramelizes? I am what caramelizes to perfection on your creme brulee. What makes that hard top? When they blowtorch it. A blowtorch is right up your alley, isn't it, Harley? What caramelizes to perfection on your creme brulee? Do 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 do. Do, 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 do. Oh, the hot sauce. I usually buy my brother's Christmas presents there because he loves barbecuing with hot sauces. I'm trying to find one that will actually burn his mouth. He's real strong. Oh, man. I'm going to have to find an excuse to go up there in July, at least one time. I still have 2 plunge passes. I never did go. I was so busy. There was so much to do this year. It was great. All right. Riddle number 4, halfway there. I wear a fragile oval shell. Inside, a yellow and white will dwell. With butter, a breakfast story I tell. What am I? Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 ba 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 ba. Dun 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 dun. This song reminds me where I used to live. The police used to rappel down the sides of our apartment, and I used to play It's Raining Men for them. They used to stop and wave for that. But I moved, so I don't get to see men falling anymore. But hey, now I can just go to YetiCon for that. Anyways, riddle number 5. I'm a type of bean, butter, and dark powder. What am I? Bean, butter, and dark powder. What goes with those? All right. Riddle number 6. I am harvested by hand once a year from a type of orchid plant. What dark baking liquid could I be? Do 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 do. Do 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 do. La 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 la. Riddle number 7. From ocean depths or ancient ground, a tiny crystal often found to flavor dishes all around. What am I? Also once used to pay Roman soldiers instead of money. Dun 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 dun. Riddle number 9. I am light and fluffy as a cloud, known as Chantilly. What is my other name? Do 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 do. Do 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 do. La 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 la. All right, we're going to reveal the bonus round. This is the last of the evening of our secret recipes to dine in with Harley Quinn from YetiCon. Here we go. In riddle number 1, I come in bars, squares, or bites. A tasty treat for happy nights. What am I? You got it right on the nose. Ding, ding, ding. It's dark chocolate. You'll need 200 grams of dark chocolate. Now check the label ingredients and the fine print to ensure it's gluten-free. For example, I found brands including Enjoy Life, known for producing products in dedicated gluten-free facilities. That's Enjoy Life. but please always read the labels carefully and contact companies directly if you're not sure. I also found another company they recommended because I have to be very selective with what kind of chocolate I eat as well because I have a very strict diet usually. I knew when I went to the con I would just have whatever was there, but coming home I'm paying for it. So I got back on track right away, which was my promise to myself. But this one is called No Way, WHEY with an exclamation mark, chocolate. So No Way Chocolate is a brand that offers plant-based and allergy-friendly options. And here's another one that I have used in the past. It's called Alter Eco. Not ego, but eco. E-C-O. Alter Eco. It's certified gluten-free and USDA organic option, which I've tried. So those are just options for you guys to consider out there for just those health tweaks we need when we're trying our best. We just need to tweak something. Riddle number 2. I'm yellow but not a banana, and I'm not talking Harley Quinn either. It's creamy and spread on bread. What am I? It's butter. You were right. Ding, ding, ding. We'll need a half cup butter for this recipe. And riddle number 3. I'm what caramelizes to perfection on your creme brulee. What makes that hard top? It's sugar. You were right. Ding, ding, ding. We've got a good night going. Lots of really good guesses. You're going to need 3/4 cup sugar for this recipe. Now, I use stevia, but if you're using stevia, use much less. Use 1/3 of that. Riddle number 4. I wear a fragile oval shell. Inside a yellow and a white will dwell. With butter, a breakfast story I tell. What am I? And you were correct. Ding, ding, ding. It's eggs. And we need 4 eggs for this recipe. Riddle number 5. I am a type of bean, butter, and dark powder. So we're looking for a word that comes in front of bean, butter, and dark powder. What is it? Cocoa. Cocoa bean, cocoa butter, cocoa powder. We need to have a 1/4 cup of cocoa powder for this recipe. It's okay, Traxer. I understand what it's like to be in a raid. Thanks for popping in for us, and thank you for the lurk. All right, here we go. Riddle number 6, we're almost done. I am harvested by hand once a year from a type of orchid plant. This surprised me to know. There's one type of orchid plant where we get this dark liquid for baking. It's the vanilla bean. The vanilla bean comes from an orchid plant called the vanilla orchid plant. And so we need 1 teaspoon vanilla for this recipe. Riddle number 7. From ocean depths or ancient ground, a tiny crystal can often be found to flavor dishes all around. Gandhi walked to the ocean to do this in a protest. What am I? It's very biblical. Salt. You need just a pinch. Riddle number 8. What kind of fruit is used to flavor candy and slushies? Berries. Any kind of berries you want. The berries that you used in your drink can be the same berries you used to garnish this particular bonus round dessert to have this wonderful meal dining in with Harley Quinn or YetiCon Harley. Finally, and I did some research on this too, we can have it. Riddle number 9. I am light and fluffy as a cloud, known as Chantilly in places like Hell's Kitchen, where I do not want to be yelled at. What is its other name? For those of us who go to the local grocery store by foot, it's whipped cream. Please note, homemade whipped cream made from pure cream is gluten-free. And as I used to work for Pioneer Village, I used to churn it myself with a churn. Some people can buy those mini butter churns, or all you have to do is take cream, put it in a closed container like a Yeti mug and seal it, and then you shake to separate out, and you can make your own cream in your own kitchen. It takes about 5 minutes of getting those guns working, right? And since I know you can balance yourself on a chair or a pole, Amethyst cosplay, then you have the arm muscles to do this. All right, so we're putting in the work. There are also plant-based alternatives for people with dairy sensitivities or who are vegetarian. But you must read all the labels carefully and check for certified gluten-free labels on store-bought varieties. And I'm going to provide helpful links in the episode details of the places where I did my research and found the different brands that were recommended, so you can cross-reference and just be extra sure for yourselves and your loved ones who you're feeding. All right, here we go. So Venus, Harlequin. One may want to ask us, what does this make? I call it the Dark Moon Flourless Chocolate Cake. And I met a lady who wanted so much to make a cake for their child's birthday, and their child's only 5 years old, starting kindergarten, wanted to invite their friends. Here it is with some berry garnish of choice. These berries are also floating in my drink here at the bottom if you look closely. It's a flourless chocolate cake. You do not have to dust it with the sugar powder. Someone like me would instead opt for drizzle with honey instead of the sugar powder, but I know a lot of you can have it and would love it, and why not? And that you don't need thick icing for things. We can go with the raw powders and the honey drizzles, and it's all good. Or melt that chocolate that you're putting into the cake itself and just drizzle that. And if you make the whipped cream yourself, you can have that on top. And what I like to do, for those of us like DMAC and Traxxer, you can take that wine, if you use the wine in the risotto, and pour just a shot of it down into the cake if you plate it on its side, and then honey drizzle to make it more wet if you're afraid that your cake is a little bit dry. But I know my friend who had to make a flourless cake because she wanted to find a recipe, and she used honey instead of sugar and the flourless cake so that her child could have a birthday cake like everybody else. Something safe to eat, but also still fit in with their friends, and their friends not know any different because, hey, it's chocolate, it's a cake, it's a dessert, yum yum, we're gonna eat it. And I'm hoping if you ever do try out any of these recipes, if it's something you can eat, and let us know what you think or how you would personalize it, Harley Quinn, because I know this is something dear to your heart that you would know more about than I do. But I'm making this weekend. I said I'd wait till the weekend to do it, but I'm making this. This is gonna be, I'm gonna eat. I'm gonna eat like Harley Quinn myself. Now, here's what we need to do. So, for the Dark Moon flourless chocolate cake, it's a forbidden looking dessert, naughty, but approved by the Gluten-Free Council, is what I found in the research. Huzzah! Rich, elegant, and easy to make. To prepare the Dark Moon flourless chocolate cake, you're going to preheat your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit or 175 degrees Celsius for those of you living over in the UK listening in. You're going to grease an 8-inch round pan. Or, you know what? If you're a cosplayer, there's so many very inexpensive pans at Party City and Canadian Tire, if you're Canadian, that you can get for sometimes a couple of bucks. So mine's going to look like Princess Peach, but I digress. You're welcome. I really do. This show is supposed to be fun, but it's also one of the ways I shared everything I learned about my own situation. And Dark Alice isn't here today, but Dark Alice is one of the people who watches this show asynchronously and has a lot of, whenever she has food needs for the different members of her family and for herself. I do, Traxxer knows I've done a few episodes based on his preferences, but I really do care to share the information because sometimes we just don't have the time. And I've got the time. I make the time sometimes on Mondays especially, the time I sit down and just think about how can we tweak. We're already trying so hard, and life gets tiring, and life gets like complicated, and life gets busy, and we really want to just try. And sometimes we just like how we sat down on Sunday. This show is supposed to do the same thing where just organically people mention things and then other people knew stuff. Then suddenly there's like 5 people talking about what has helped people they know and love. And as we get to know each other, and I really love that we can help each other. And what a miracle to be able to do this online instantaneously. And we're talking from all around the world, from all sides of the oceans. It's such a blessing. And so, this is one of the things I like to do. But I really do, Harley Quinn, I do want you to know I really do the recipes that I show. Most of the time in the first 2 years of streaming, I was doing the cooking first and messing around in the kitchen with whatever I had and then sharing the idea. But now I'm actually listening to what other people are talking about and doing the research and putting it together, hoping you will like what I found and that you think is amazing. And for those of you who find that maybe you need to tweak it to make it safer, or I might not have all the information, I then take what you guys tell me and try again with other episodes. I'm gonna eat all of this. I already know I'm gonna like everything here because some of this is cultural cooking for me. Some of this, I know I've eaten similar things. So now trying these tweaks, and especially that I'm always about hydrating during my shows. Please don't. And guys, I've been drinking. If you can hear it, I've got my San Pellegrino glass bottles because I'm trying to reduce plastics whenever I can. And I use my spring waters, and I've got mint sprigs in here right now. um, and with some raspberries. So I really legit have the sparkling raspberries going on today. But I'm gonna try these and do my blitzes, and then if I need to tweak it, I'll let you guys know how. And yeah. So okay. So here we go. So once you preheated your oven, you're gonna grease your pan. You're gonna melt the chocolate and the butter together. Once it's melted, you let it cool slightly. While it's cooling in a separate bowl, you're going to beat in your eggs and sugar together for 2 minutes. I like to beat the eggs and start adding a little bit of sugar at a time. I like to use a whisk or a fork so that we can get that sugar moving for about 2 minutes. Then you're going to add in the vanilla and the salt. You're going to keep stirring. Mix in your chocolate mixture and fold in the cocoa powder last. So you're going to powder it into the middle and fold. I like to take the spatula through the outsides and take from the outsides and flop it over onto the top in the middle and repeat going all around the bowl, scraping down the sides so we get everything. Once it's well combined, you're going to now bake it for 20 to 25 minutes. Cool it on a cooling rack. Now, if you're cheap or on a budget and don't have a cooling rack, but you have an oven that has elements that are raised, just put it on one of those so the air can get underneath. Make sure it's fully cooled before you slice it, because if you are going to drizzle honey or a little bit of white wine in through the side, or if you're going to put in like some chocolate sauce or whipped cream, you don't want it to melt before you get it to the table. And yeah, and then I like to make things fancy. Again, we've been using mint sprigs throughout this meal. I'm gonna plop in a little mint sprig on top, surrounded with some beautiful berries. Whichever berries you use in your drink, you're now gonna also use beside or on top of your plated dark moon flourless chocolate cake. It's gonna be rich and fudgy. And if you think it's a little bit dry, just like pour down through the inside a little bit of your wine, if you're using wine, or there's, I don't know, Harley Quinn, if you would know, do you eat vanilla ice cream or vanilla sherbet? Is there any variety that's safe that you could put a scoop of it with the flourless cake? I'm not sure, but I think if you make your own, you could take the berries and make your own sherbet to scoop with it if you're worried that your cake is come out a bit dry. Oh, please tell us. So Harley Quinn, what kind of scoop would you be able to safely put with the chocolate cake? Chapman's ice cream are gluten-free. I love Chapman's, so I don't have to give it up. That's even better to know. So guys, if you're worried that your cake is a little bit dry, you save it with the Chapman's. And just look for the certified label saying certified gluten-free. It's very clearly written. I usually bring I have this little magnifying glass I keep in my purse so I can read labels, but I think it's big enough I don't even need to use a magnifying glass on those. It'll say it right on the box, everybody. Thank you, Harley Quinn, for that information. Oh, and you being here today, I just added that extra depth for this show. And I'm going to come back one more time, everybody. You're going to take a look at me and Harley Quinn. YetiCon's Harley Quinn, aka Amethyst_Costs, for Amethyst Cosplayer on Instagram. Our resident dance teacher for all the naughty dance styles you really like, and a fun, loving, safe environment, very respectful, very kind, very fun, warm. It was so much fun. Next year, I would honestly skip the gala to go back to your dance class if there was any conflict of scheduling. It was so much fun to be there. And a good workout. We all need to take care of ourselves. And it was a lot of fun. And okay, so this is all our recipes. Thank you so much. And I just want everyone to know, like, she's legitimately such a kind, warm-hearted, lovely, fun person. And so I wish you all the best, Harley Quinn, out there. I know we're all back into our regular routines now, but this was such a great con that I went to. It's left me with so much inspiration and positive energy. And I really love going to YetiCon. And I've always met such fabulous people. And I do want to also say, head to Oceaplink next year, first weekend of May. Your workshop could fit there. And also, if you're going to any other cons this year, I started going to the Toronto Comic Con and Toronto Fan Expos, and it was through moving into the area. For the past 5 years, I lived near YetiCon, so I was like, oh my god, there's a YetiCon. I found it by random from some little thing on a community, like a store dartboard, like the cork board. And ever since then, I've gone there and kept in touch with the different people who run different workshops, who created, and it was the people from YetiCon workshops that created Oshi Uplink. So, yeah, please keep your eyes out and consider that. And I'm going to take your advice because I've been thinking about it for 2 years, but was shy to do it. But with your feedback, I know I have fun with my followers like Traxer and DMAC and Dark Alice and everybody who comes out usually. Sometimes Fan Rose is here and Sean Don. And everyone's busy and at work. We're all in different time zones. But we do get together sometimes. And some have come with me to the cons in the past. But I do think I do really want to try doing a version of this show. Because I do breakfast recipes and I could do something in the mornings because I do all my flavored waters, what starts off a day really well. And like, I know Oshi Uplink might have food restrictions, but YetiCon, I don't think I've seen that, but I'm not sure. But I'm going to try it out because there are things I can do that are something that don't need to be cooked. Like I do power balls. There's a lot of energy balls. Dark Alice always wanted something she could throw in the freezer or the fridge and make in advance one day a week and then like take it with her every morning to work really fast. And I do a lot of those like protein balls and things like that. And all my flavored waters, which I love. All my fancy schmancy spa waters, as I call them. And I make them myself at home every day so that I don't usually drink pop or even juice anymore. That made me nervous. Once in a while I do have juice, but on the regular day I drink a lot of water and tea. And I'm really excited to make this drink, this sparkler, the berry sparkler that we have here today, because that's right up my alley. Now, everyone, if you want to follow Amethyst Costs underscore costs, which is Harley Quinn here, YetiCon's Harley Quinn. You can find her on Instagram. The link is in the episode details. Thank you for coming to my kitchen. Harley Quinn, thank you so much for giving me the permission to take photos of you and to use your photos in my stream. I will give you a heads up in Instagram the next time. It'll be a couple weeks and I'm going to do another round of, there were 2 episodes that I found from my initial research that I put together for you for anyone wanting to be mindful to cook and have a feast with their friends who have to be considerate of celiac needs. And thanks Traxer for also coming out. I know you're up late tonight. It's like, what time is it in the morning for you? It's like 1:11 in the morning for him. He does stay up late for me. Thank you so much. And I will also be creating a different short. It'll take me a couple of days to do it. I'm still recovering. Like my fingers still hurt from sewing that tablecloth into a dress that you saw me in for the Bridgerton thing. I was doing that morning. And to finish the back pleating because that was like 3 times bigger. I'm very bad at I don't know how to make patterns. I wrap things around me and I pin it all. And I take it off and start to baste. Then I put it on and repin and then I start again and yeah. I usually actually, yeah. But thank you so much for taking the time to being here and supporting this feed. I'm so thankful you let me do this. You inspired so much. Both for me as a dancer and an ex-dance teacher, inspired by you in your workshops, as well as just as a person, as a human being, and then inspired by all that you do, mindfulness for healthful eating, and all your friends, and the kindness and the organic conversations that happened, because it was like the universe heard my questions of what can I do next to help get further in my journey, facing things I'd never faced before, and to know I was sitting beside people who know people or who are themselves going through it. I couldn't ask for a better gift on my last day there because I came home with this treasure of gold. I couldn't get, it took me multiple hours to get home. But I made it safe and sound. I'm glad everybody got home safe and sound. I'm so glad for that. And I want to wish everybody have a wonderful day out there. And so don't forget to hydrate, take care of yourself, have a good stretch. Please give me thoughts. Give me your comments in the comment section. What did you think of these recipes that was inspired by our YetiCon's Harley Quinn here tonight? Thank you for taking your time. This weekend, I met so many adventurers who reminded me that kindness is its own kind of magic. And today, I offer this creative feast worthy of heroes from the heroes that inspired it. Mindful feasting with the energy and the spirit buffs included. Boom, boom. Thanks, Harley. This is Venus Callida. So ends today's episode of Dining In with Harley Quinn, the first of the Riddle Me Din Din YetiCon edition mini-series. Thank you so much, Amethyst_cosplay, for your permission to record and photograph you for the purpose of featuring you on my live streams with the promo shorts for your dance club. And thank you for letting me do the Foodie Riddle show. I hope you like the recipes. I hope you give some a try. Let us know in the comments if you do. I'm going to let everyone else know in the comments after I feast on this over the next couple of days how it went for me as well. Be well, everybody, my very precious mortal souls, and bon appetit. Thank you so much for being here. I had so much fun. I'm glad you had fun too. Traxxer, thank you so much for your lurk. Harlequin, thank you so much for taking time out of your day for us and this inspiration. And for those of you out there who love the Riddle Me Din Din episodes, I hope that this information was helpful for you. I'm sure we all know someone who could benefit from these recipes. And I want to know, if you personalize them, how did you do it? Because I want to try it your way too. You don't have to just do things my way. I'll do things your way too. It's an exchange. Thank you so much for the exchange of ideas and the inspiration. Good night, everybody. I'm going to log out now. Please hang up first. I'm like that on the phone too. And I'm going to send thank you so much for being here. It warms my heart so much. And then we keep each other going. And you guys keep me inspired. And I hope I've shared something that lets you know that you're seen and valuable. And this has been so much fun. And I love this episode so much. And now I'm going to go make the potato shields right now. Take care out there. I'm signing off. This is Venus Callida. Thank you, Harley Quinn. Thanks, Trax, for being here. Thanks, everyone who's watching asynchronously. Have a great night. Have a great week ahead, everybody. And